Welcome to today's video, guys. I'm Maryam, and in this episode I want to chat about how to break free from pain. You see, we want to break free from pain because in most cases we have allowed pain to linger around and to become the state of suffering. That pain that has become the state of suffering is rooted in the abandoned self, the neglected self, trauma. You see, we need to realize that the abandoned self that was shaped in our childhood because of our upbringing, perhaps with borderline and narcissistic parents, doesn't define who we are now. But in order to realize this truth, we need to acknowledge it first, that the abandoned self is not going to go away. We must grieve it. It's not going to go away. We must embrace it. It's not going to go away. We must parent it. We want to reach out to this abandoned self or the neglected self to soothe the pain that has become the state of suffering. I had to leave behind my abandoned self. And when I say I left it behind, it only means that I found it, I acknowledged it. I had my reunion with it, but I accepted it and decided to let it go. I discovered it, I found it, I embraced it, but I understood that that part of me was of trauma. It couldn't be a vibrational match to my deepest desires in life. So I want to encourage you to realize your abandoned self, to acknowledge it. It is part of you. It's not going to go away. That pain is not going to go away. Want to realize it. Talk to it. Communicate with it. Embrace it. Acknowledge it. That abandoned self, for me, it was my dad's absence. It was the childhood that I didn't get to experience, like the childhood that, let's say, I imagined, but it didn't unfold. The desires I dreamed about, but never happened. Why do I use the word never? Because that comes from that abandoned self. It never happened. Do you hear this word? It never happened for me. Didn't unfold for me. It's because the abandoned self was there. It needed love, approval. It needs attention. And we're going to give it to it. But we want to surrender it so we can surrender never. You surrender the abandoned self, you surrender never. You surrender the neglected self, you surrender never. That something can never unfold for you, that nothing is going to work for you, that somehow you are stuck in life. Let that go by embracing the abandoned self, the neglected self. Breaking free from pain is to embrace those aspects of us that couldn't be celebrated by our caregivers. But we want to realize them. Give them a big hug, soothing them, saying, hey, look, I'm sorry that it didn't happen, but I'm here for you. I want to embrace you now. I want to set you free. And guess what? As I arrive at that pace, I'm going to step forward on my path. And that path will reveal to you who you have become and who you truly are. Hopefully, you guys find this video helpful. Take a moment to honor yourself, to honor your journey, to honor the abandoned self. Keep shining your light. Look after your precious soul. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.